Let's do that again. So we're here again with the Rising event 2020 in Final Fantasy 14, and we're standing on the stage as they have every year. They have the stage almost every year. I think last year they had the stage, but it wasn't even used. So I'm not sure why they have the stage each year, but I guess it's cool. We have the picture here from the promo art, and that's the item in the housing that will show up later. And we talk to this dude right here. Let's go. Art of Glass, centerpiece. Cool. Would I be correct? Yes. I mean, kind of have to look at it, unfortunately. Yep. I assume you're an artist, seeing how this is your art show, but what do I know? My chosen medium is stained glass. That's a stained glass? That looks like a JPEG. At least JPEGs in this world. Maybe less stained glass in this world are JPEGs. In that case, that crystal tower is is a crystal. It's just stained glass in a lab. Okay. We were just looking at it. It was the final days before the fall of Dalamon. Wow. So this was like a full party just of the rioting and looting. Okay, this is already in bad taste. Hmm, I see. So let's take Aster there as an example and heal our own wounds. But that's enough wall breaking. Seems long ago. I mean, yeah, you can actually go through the front door. The gate's open. It's a different time. It's overcome with emotion, by the way. Okay, if you're willing. I mean, you could just give me everything and I don't have to do anything, if you don't mind. There goes Minfilia, the character that died more than probably that died already. She's dead. There she is. She's over there. But, she's here. She's here they do it every year. Which is like so funny. I wonder what you would do if you could just bring Thancred over here and be like, yeah, here's Minfilia. Alright, so we have to go to the Weaver's Guild, the Miners Guild, and the Strip. I'm not over there right now. Let's go Miners. Oh, I'll join your party in a sec. I do like when they do that though. I'm just surprised they still have like a render of her in the game still. Noticeably dusty citizen. Yeah, take this flyer, idiot. You have no hair. Well, you barely have. Well, he's coming. I feel like we just invited someone who had no idea what he was doing with his own life. Here's the Blue Mage place, which is actually surprisingly empty with the Black Mages out there. Usually it's always full. Okay. Eminently approachable citizen. I'm gonna approach her. Stained glass. I mean, you do live in her state, so I would. This is city state, right? I guess you do live here, so I would hope you would be respectful or like her. For one thing's for sure. I do support her. I don't think you have a choice, but whatever. Affluent. He's a high roller indeed. Look at this. Wow. Hi. Mm-hmm. I think he's rather talented. Nice. He's already in on the gig. Now we gotta teleport back. Or no, we just have to go down here. Gotta use my. Also, it's a yokai watch event too. We didn't go over those because, well, we already did. We already did it like the first time, first round, like years ago, and this one was significantly easier. But I'll talk more about it after this cutscene. All done, much appreciated. But I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem. Of course, I was in the process of handing a flyer when my friend Aston showed up out of the blue. They're not on good terms. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Well, then pay it back. Hmm. Wow. That guy's an asshole. On the rising. We should kill him. And then he'll be absolved of all his debts if we just kill him. Yeah, it seems like it. Hmm. I mean, duh. It's a double-edged sword. You grow up on these streets, this one street. I mean, there's not really much of it. I mean, money's good. Stop liking money. That's what we're gonna do. The arrival of the minstrel. Oh boy, he's here. So as I was saying with the yokai watch, yeah, I mean, we did it the first time. We would just have to show ourselves like, showing the minions and then showing the weapons. I don't think it's that big of a deal, seeing how it's like really long. It's not like once in a lifetime because, well, we thought it was once in a lifetime, but we didn't have the tech to record it then, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But now I feel like in hindsight, or not really in hindsight, but my prediction is that they're gonna do it every year now. But we'll see. Rather huge catastrophe. Oh my god, someone stole the fucking painting. I just realized. Why did he leave it up? Ooh, some good goodies in there. Decisive action. Time to tip the scales. Here's something to believe in. With these poor children who have no families or food wanted to see his painting. That is one tall fucking person. And with the jiggle physics. Why was he so tall? I was not expecting that. Oh, who should I be? Which one are you gonna go for? I'm gonna.
I said I'd be Nanamo.
All right, I'm gonna go for. This calls for 6 of the best. Wait, it was destroyed. Wow, these children.
How, uh, how am I supposed to place it
I don't know.
and rotate it?
It's fine. Oh well. I like remember the Easter event with the springing. Oh, this is okay. So this is obviously Pippin, my favorite. You can never forget Pippin's my favorite. Hmm. But yeah, not really much point to do, to record it, seeing how it's kind of one dimensional, or not really I don't know what to say about it honestly. But I might record myself just helping. I already finished it too, by the way. I might as well record myself helping Jasmine just for the sake of it, and then next year I'll record it legit. So we got footage of it. But yeah, they completely nerfed it. Like it's not as much as it used to be. Though I am happy about the nerfs. Don't get me wrong. It's just no one will ever know the pain of logging in and doing all that. So that's what sucks. How can you ever forget Pippin? No, ever forget him. But I assume they're gonna do it every year now because of you know it's nice to have. But that's it. Shattered memory. That better be in my toy box. Nice. Ooh, it looks brand new. Yeah, thank God the children are saved. They won't go hungry or poor ever again. They get to look at the picture and forget about all their problems. I'm assuming these are the orphans, which don't exist until Christmas every year, unfortunately. Hmm. And I'll never forget the awful sound. Oh, you must really love this dude. Why don't you guys just get married or something? So that one memory we had. Yeah, sure. I got nothing else better to do. I was only slaving with crafting stuff for the last 3 days. So yeah, we've been doing the Ishgard restoration this whole time. He's in the quicksand. Adventurous Guild. Oh wait. Yeah, we've been the ever since the Ishgard restoration stuff's happened. Jasmine's been slaving me, so now I'm the assistant. So what a trick. It's been fun though. I'm blinking twice, but it's been fun. Hey, what's up, dude? Maybe he's yours. I mean, I'm his for now, I guess. Why is this guy such an asshole? Okay, here's your asshole medicine for stopping an asshole. I mean, yeah, it's in the middle of the fucking square. How can you forget? How can you miss it? I mean, yeah. No, I think that painting is awesome. You should put it where his heart is. Don't do it for the money. You know, money is good. Like, I don't understand like why I want money. If you don't want your money, give it to me. I will send my PayPal link down below. You can just send me money. If you don't want your money, that's fine. I'll take all of it. I don't care. Like why do these people hate money? They were poor. Like, of course they have a poor mindset. So of course they don't know what to do with the money because they're poor. Sad. Look at that Nanka. Look at him. Naughty Nanka. It's cute. To the Wincy. Where do I get to sit? In the front? Where there's no seats? Or I get to stand? Because there's no seats? That's literally their whole family. Brought the entire family. Get him off stage. I don't want to look at him. By words be transported to days before the calamity, a time when all hope seemed lost. That was me. That was me like this morning when I was failing that crap. As the lesser moon hung low in the sky, a wave of terror washed over this fair city, turning neighbor against neighbor. I mean, oh, he's singing. Shit. Okay, what is he playing? Hold on a second. Oh, let's get the volume on that. I have to go to my mixer because I have my volume at like 4. He's not really playing anything. Kind of just tricked me. That was it? Bye bye. This is all the people Ulda and Minfilia. That was before she got the bund window. That's a more conservative look she was going for. I like his outfit. That's really cool. This guy looks like Riku. Maybe that's like the joke. I don't know. I'm just like overlooking things. One for me. Oh, start a DeviantArt. Yeah, sorry, I had to check something. Sure, I'm down. Yeah, I'm always for history, dude. Do it. I mean, you could have done it without my kindness. You know, there's probably a million other people that so happen to be the Warrior of Light doing it at the same time. But what do I know? I'm scared. He wants to talk to me. Listen, this is like you broke something in the kitchen, and your dad is waiting for you. Like he's gonna beat the shit out of me. Oh, sorry, I had to turn off the music because I didn't want to get the echo. Excuse me. Wait, does this go to where I think it goes? Oh, I love that place. He always talks to us in this corner, like it's a secret. Stupid. It's always that corner. Were it not for your contribution, the festival would have been without a centerpiece. The accompaniment of a song was not but garnished to the fine dish that. What the fuck? Don't. How come bards can't do this? Like send you to another dimension? Why can't bards do that? Why can't you do that, bards? You know, if you were able to fucking have dimensional rift songs, you would probably be taking a raid. That's besides the point. Where the fuck am I? So I'm creating my character for the first time. I've never played this game before. I just bought it. Oh, well, I guess it's over, and I lost. We gotta do this again? Warrior Darkness? You can call me Warrior of Larkness, I guess. Pippin. Wait, Pippin, what are you doing here? In another dimension. This is funny. Pippin's alive. What, you're a gunbreaker now? Wait, what is he doing here? It's funny. It's Dagrid. He found me. This is a world that's accelerated outside your reality. I mean, it is an honor to be reunited with you in this world between worlds. Don't wear sunglasses. This is like not the appropriate attire. Yeah, thanks, dude. Thanks for making the game so I can actually do all that. Does that mean he's gonna make the game forever? 7 years. I can't believe it. I've been playing this game for almost that long. Yikes. That's what I've been telling everyone. Always believe in the me that believes in you. I agree. If only Party Finder thought the same. That's his name. Wait, was it always showing his name? I just noticed. Yoshi P. Thank you. Thanks. You know, I'll be here all week. Here's my. Oh, okay. Warrior of Lightness. Larkness. Right? Anyway, he didn't say anything about 6.0. I didn't catch it. I think. Sad. Bars, why can't you do this? Yeah, I was in trouble with the big guy upstairs. Every time I do this cutscene, it's always nighttime. I don't know if that's like. I don't know if that's intended, but it's literally always nighttime. The wake of calamity, light descends once more to illuminate the world. A world reborn, risen from the fires of war. Beneath the eyes of heaven, deception crumbles to dust. Those divided by malice, united by bonds of trust. So what is that? So this is like, oh, 1.0 into 2.0 into 3.0 into 4.0, right? On fields awash by, yeah, 4.0, battle rage for far and wide. In the name of liberty, which is America, by the way, the courageous few turn the tide onto a distant realm Drowned in Radiance, Unrelenting, which is 5.0 by the way. Strides forth, the Harbinger of Night, which was awesome. Like, that was awesome. Iron Will Unbending. That's me. Thanks. Thanks for summing up literally all of the story elements in all of the game. Now I don't have to play it. Thank you. For the sake of their loved ones, there are those who take to the battlefield, and yet those who remain behind have roles to play. Protectors and the protected, providers and the provided for. Principles on which every nation is built. It is the duty of those who rule to ensure that elements are kept in balance, even if they face great peril. Those words of the Sultana ring as true in the here and now as they did on that fateful day. May each of us take them to heart and dawn as a new one. So, I'll talk about my predictions of 6.0 in after we showcase everything. I always love this shot. It's so cool. Thank you. And I will see you at our. Oh, yay, thanks. So, a faithful recreation of the stained glass artwork that adorned the main stage at Oldo's Rising Festival. This the historic moment of when Ul Namo, okay, Sultana, and her 7 most trusted followers confronted a baying crowd and restored peace to the city is captured in all the glory for aesthetic reasons. However, the artist was wisely not chosen to include the angry mob. He always got something to say. The wind-up Artbert. What he lacks in size, he makes up for heart. Aww. And his disproportionately large axe. Alright. I'm gonna cut the video, and I'll see you at the. So yeah, we're at the house. I turned on the answers music that plays in the background there. I'm not sure. I don't remember where we got it. I think we got it from a Rising event. But as you can see, we have the. If we could get rid of the. Yes. So we have a wind-up Ardbird here. It's pretty cool. He has the relic weapon from 2.0. It's all bloodied and stuff. It's pretty cool. I don't know what animations he does. I guess he just takes it out. And this is the stained glass art you get right here. Oh, I didn't check the vendor, so I'll go check that too once after this. But it's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool set here. You know, I just wish they didn't add. They have to add in furnituring items all the time because not everyone owns a house. But you know, yeah, you could just join an FC and get a room. But either way, I don't know. That's just a little pet peeve of mine, but I digress. It looks pretty cool. I really like this guy. I really like the Paladin and Pippin. It's always good to see Pippin. Always point him out. Now, as I live and breathe, I am not going to end the video here because I'm going to actually teleport to check the vendor because there is one. It probably just sells fireworks. You can just take mine or not. But as I was saying before, I want to talk about um, you know, what I kind of predict or my what I get from that poem or what he said at the end. So I've been saying for a while now, and it shows with a lot of Casa del Sol too, and it kind of makes sense a little bit to me at least. That let me check. You can buy another. Wow, I'm gonna buy another one. Buy one of each. I didn't want to buy the thing, but yeah. As I was saying before, it kind of makes sense to me that they would they're also they added in flying too. I'm like stumbling all over my words, but They added in flying to these new areas. I think what they're trying to do is revamp the entirety of the 2.0 areas since we're coming back here to fight, the Empire. So we'll have the rest of, Eorzea open to us as well as it being revamped. So maybe they'll bring back, the lowlands of Korthus. Maybe they'll bring back West Shroud or, all these other areas that were in the game, maybe. And they'll probably revamp these areas a little bit more, maybe. Like they'll make him look more like with Casa del Sol. They added in so much, but they did that over time too. So like it was kind of like at that point we were figuring that was around 4.0 too. Like when they did the summer event for 4.0, that was when they added in swimming for the first time. That's when they changed it. So, but before it was really like you couldn't swim. You had to like how did you get around there? Actually, I don't remember. I think there was like a bridge that went to the center, but it was weird. But now there's flying, so I feel that they're just going to overhaul the entire thing, or just make it look prettier, and with the new game experience, because they're really pushing for new players to play the game even more so ever before. So if there was a time you wanted to get into Final Fantasy, I usually tell people now is the right time to do so. But the next expansion will definitely be, you know, it will be more geared towards new players playing the game, you know, which is fine. I don't mind. Uh, but yeah, I think it's gonna be like a new Dawn or something, because he did say something about Dawn, because we just brought back, you know, nighttime, and now we're gonna fight off the darkness. So it's probably gonna be like the new Dawn or whatever, where it's just gonna revamp the whole game, but not really revamp the entire game, but revamp how it looks and the presentation of it. And yeah, we are gonna go to Garlemald, which is the Empire area. So we're gonna fight off with Xenos for the last time, and my prediction is about tinfoil, but my prediction is that it's kind of more of a Final Fantasy VII motif, more so for him, because and let's go back to Crisis Core and the beginning of Seven, or the backstory of Seven, where Sephiroth did kill himself after he threw himself into the planet's core with Genova, and similar to our dude, we fought him and then he kills himself. He cuts off his own head, and then he comes back to life as an Ascian. Well, Sephiroth's not really an Ascian, but what I'm trying to say is that it's probably going to be like a Sephiroth fight going on here. And what better way to present the game to a bunch of new players that are new to Final Fantasy 14 with a game that's literally well renowned in all of Western, all of the world. Like people say countless times that Final Fantasy 7 is, the Final Fantasy that they've played. A lot of people love it. As a lot of people will probably disagree with what I'm saying. It just seems likely that this will be a thing. Now, I'm not affiliated with Square Enix in any way. I just play the game. I'm just going off pure speculation of what I've seen, of what I've played. I've played this game for now 7 years, very long time. So I'm not saying what I'm saying is right, but it's good to speculate, seeing how it's gonna happen. Now, I'm not really too sure when they're gonna show stuff off for 6.0 because of the coronavirus hit. It kind of took a back. This time the development team took a toll to doing the stuff. We were 2 months behind on our patch, and they said they're going back to normal, but a lot of problem now is that we're kind of in this limbo where we've been in a raid tier for almost 9 months now, or 6 months, and it kind of sucks. So I don't see how they're going. That's kind of like the state in the game. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't know how they're gonna show off the game. Maybe they'll show off at TGS. Maybe they'll have like a stream during Christmas to show off 6.0 stuff. Maybe next live letter will do it. But because there was no fan fest this year for Japan and America, they said they're still gonna do EU, but I highly doubt it. But there's not gonna be a fan fest, so where are they gonna show off this content? is beyond me. But I think the more they don't show it off, the better. Because if it is, you know, 6.0 a new dawn where they revamp the whole game, then it would be much more of a surprise and much more of like, you know, it would be worth the wait to see because a lot of people we've been in Shadowbringers for 2 years now. We've been off world doing whatever there, and now we're coming back. So it'll be like insane to see. But we just came back in 5.3. Now they have to build that up to where we're gonna have to fight the Empire. So I think what's gonna happen now is that from 4.0 on, it's probably gonna segue us into fighting the weapons like we were doing before, but with everyone else because that's our assault on the Empire. And once we finish that, it will segue. It will go into um 6.0 because the Eden fight is just that's on that planet, so we don't have to worry about that here. But slowly but surely, we're gonna see stuff of the next raid coming out too. But I think it's gonna be Final Fantasy VII themed. I think the 24 man. If they do what they did with Nier, where it's like a guest appearance, then it's kind of like a toss up. Uh, I would like to see like some type of Fantasy Star 2 stuff going on, but that's never gonna be a raid because like they would have to do. It would be pretty extreme because I don't want to get into the lore or the not only the lore but what they do in Fantasy Star 2. But I don't think that would be a 24 man. I was having a conversation with someone that they thought it was probably going to be that. That's why they haven't announced it, which is weird. But you know, near happened. Like this guy expected you to play this game, play a sub, get to end game, and actually get get to the end game and do this 24 man to continue that story. So I wouldn't be surprised. What I do want to see in the 24 man for next year would be I would like to see Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross stuff. That would be really cool. Maybe more Final Fantasy X. That'd be cool too. Like I would love to see a Final Fantasy X themed 24 man, or maybe like Final Fantasy 9. But we already have like the tactics. But yeah, I would like to see the 9, either 9, 10, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, or maybe Xenogears. I wouldn't mind. But those are like really far fetched. It's possibly going to be a Final Fantasy X, either a Final Fantasy X or a Final Fantasy 9 one rather. So, because the raid's going to be a Final Fantasy 7 motif to it. So, but yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the future of the game and what I'm wanting and what I expect. Besides the classes, that is. Now that's a real big toss up because if we look in our class jobs, we have people are going by. We have 4 tanks, we have 4 melee, we have 4 magical, we have 3 magical, we have 3 physical. So you add 2 here, or you add 1 here, and then 2 here, or 1 here. So I wouldn't mind seeing all 3 to balance it all out, but uh, I don't want to sound too controversial here, but I don't think it will be a healer. This has way too many problems right now. I'm not going to get into those problems, but there is a problem with those 3, and I feel like they need to fix this first before they add in another healer, which is going to be even more problems. Probably, we'll see. But I'm expecting if they do add in a healer, chemist, because they did show the little girl, the little Makote girl, or I don't even know what their names are in Shadowbringers, but they did show her, and she wanted to do medicine, so it just makes sense to her to be a salve maker, chemist or apothecary, whatever you want to go with. I wouldn't mind playing that class either. I actually did say I wanted the main healer for that tier if apothecary is going to be a thing because it'll probably be cool. Check it out. And for the DPS class, will probably either be magical or ranged. Now, I think it would probably most likely be magical because they did show us the necromancer, so that's a huge possibility of that being a thing. Even though it's like it's like a Final Fantasy 5 job, which is cool, I guess. But uh, since they showed it off in that one dungeon, which is spoiler, they're in one of the final dungeons in the game. They show off at the moment the final dungeon in the game. It's called the Hero's Gauntlet. They show off the Necromancer class. They show off a bunch of classes in the game, but the bosses. Who's the first boss in that? It's a thief. The first boss is a thief. The second boss is a Necromancer, and the third boss is a Berserker. So those are like Final Fantasy V classes or universal Final Fantasy classes. Necromancer being exclusive, I think, to Final Fantasy V, and Berserker was a bunch of it's a bunch of different Final Fantasies. So I would definitely see Necromancer working out. Uh, Berserker probably not so much, but definitely Necromancer, and the healer with the girl, the cat girl, makes sense too. Now, if the off chance that they don't add in, a healer, they might add in another physical DPS ranged, and I think it could be a more another gun class, but it's a musketeer. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's like, well, we already have machinists. Well, back in 3.0 when casting stance was a thing for ranged DPS, there was a book mage, there was a mage, there was the bone mage, there was the gun mage, there was a bunch of mages. So, but that was a thing. But I digress. Jokes aside, I can see machinists going more so with the rotation as it is now is very simplified. I can see it more geared towards building that battery to make more machines come out. So it's actually more a dedicated pet class than ever before. Probably next expansion, and they'll probably give all the gunplay and the intricacy that they tried to do with machinists to the musketeer. Like heartbreak and the reload mechanic and all this other stuff. They'll probably do all that with musketeer, if anything. And we do have like some place in Limsa, I think it's the Marauders Guild, where there are people practicing to be musketeers. So I can see that, and seeing how we are coming back to our world, I can see musketeer happening more so than apothecary because we are leaving Shadowbringers. So there will be no point to go to and from because lore. I feel lore wise, but they could pull something off because it's like, well, there was no gunbreakers until like that one cat dude came to he came here out of fucking nowhere from exile or whatever. So that I get. And Dancer is in Shadowbringers the whole time. Is it? I think Dancer is in Shadowbringers the entire time because there's no dancers here. I think, right? I don't remember. I forgot. I forgot all about it. Like if I look back at the quest, I'm probably wrong. Don't quote me.
Class quest is here,
It's
but
on.
there are dancers in Shadowbringers.
So they did do every class here. So that does make more sense. But now there has to be apothecary. But we just got introduced to one, so maybe that's like there's a mirrored version of her in our world that's grown up that's going to teach us how to do it. So that makes more sense now that I say it out loud and figure that out. So I guess I can see that. Um, so apothecary, necromancer, definitely. If no necromancer or apothecary, I could see a musketeer taking that spot too with a more intricate gunplay. As far as another limited job, I don't think we're gonna get one. But if we do get another limited job, when I've actually been on 4chan a couple times, and every time there's at least one person each and every time saying that, oh, they're gonna announce another limited job, blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, this can't be true because I don't know where the fuck they're getting their sources because no one's even talking about that anywhere but there. So and this is 4chan, but that could be in the realm of possibility. We can put that in there, but I don't think people would want that if you ask me. Because like, what would it be? Like, what is it going to be? Calculator where you do math in the between? Is it going to be like Beastmaster where you can tame shit out of the world? We know like how they did the Cactars, where in for blue mages where you can learn 1,000 needles from. There's like they added in mobs just for blue mage, so they could do the same thing with Beastmaster where they added mobs just for Beastmaster to take in, but I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. You could also make Beastmaster an actual job and to do it, but they would have to fix pet commands because pet commands are completely different what they were before. I feel like it's less interactive now than ever was. And then now you have to make it more interactive, and you have to deal with that and the delay on top of that. So that doesn't really sound fun. But I can see it work. You know, they got a fucking card drawing class, you know, that heals doing shit. So I can see it happening. But again, um, we can also I want to say one last thing. We can also look to for class design too. Um, Yoshi P does do. I think he still directs Dragon's Quest X, and you can look to a lot of those class designs and put them here. So if you've never played that game before, I'm not surprised because it's in Japan only. But there is a Necromancer class in that game that just recently got added to the game, and it's you know you can check it out. It's called Death Jester, I think, or Death Master. So you would, or I think it's just Necromancer. But yeah, you could definitely check that out if anything, and you would get more information on that to see where they're going at. Now I know there's two completely different development teams, but it's the same director. So I could see a lot of things from that, like you know some class design from that game, rubbing off here, if anything, even though it's completely different. But you know, if you want to look more deep down the rabbit hole, I would check you know Final Fantasy 11 design, and I would check there as well. But yeah, that's about it. That was my long rant about 6.0 and onward. On behalf of me and my lovely assistant, I would like to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this shit and watch the videos or whatever. You know, it's been 7 years since the game's been released. We've been playing it for just as long, and I wouldn't trade up all that time for nothing. And it's really fun. I recommend the game. If you're not into it now, you can get into the next expansion. It'll probably be much better for new players to get into it now and next expansion than ever before. You know, and then 7.0 it's probably going to be more focused on end game, so everyone's going to be expected to know how to play at that point. So we have another 2 whole years of an expansion to teach everyone how to play the game. But yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to say before we go? All right then. Good night. Happy Rising, and we'll see you with what's next? The Make It Rain event. Yeah, there's no Halloween event. It's a Make It Rain event now. They didn't do it this year, unfortunately, so this will be the first year without it. But yeah, we'll see you then. I think it's in October. It's the end of October or the middle of October. So it's just 1 month away, and then after that will be patch. So thank you so much. See you later. Bye bye.